Greetings, fellow slain agents in the wild. Welcome back to the show. As always, before we begin, I've got to get to the shoutouts. And really, there's only one this week, and that's from our Facebook page. I want to give a shout out to Jeff Waters, and that's because every post I put out, and I do it across quite a few pages that represent Roll the Hard 20 podcast and Delta Green, he always gives us a like. And I don't know if he listens to the show, but if he does, I want to say he's a hell of a guy for that kind of support. Thank you, Jeff. Remember, we here in the Digital Rage Room would really like to hear from all you hard-slinging agents in the wild, so don't be strangers. All right, let's warm up our dice and top off our glass as Roll the Hard 20 presents Episode 7 of our homebrewed scenario, Playthings. Enjoy.
That's what it sounds like to me.
You know what it sounds like to me? I'm not going to say. I was going to tell you, but now I'm not going to.
Can you get a tissue first? I think you need some tissues.
What a nut in a bottle of OJ. Okay, and here it is right here. My brothers, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Let me
Happy New
lead
Year.
us in, and then I want to ask you guys a few things. Or I want to fill you out a little. I got
All
10
right.
digits here. Greetings, fellow slinging agents in the wild. It is I, your trusted handler, Brian, with me, my hard slingers of yore.
Hey.
Happy 26.
Happy New Year.
2026.
Episode 7 of our homebrewed scenario, Playthings. So, you guys have gone through quite a bit of your investigation into the murders/suicide of the Trosco family. Starting to get the feel that this is the third family that this has happened to. The police are unwilling to say that there's a connection between all three families. You guys
Wait
are
a minute.
going.
To be specific, it's the CID that will claim that there's no connection, correct?
That's not true. The police chief actually went on and said that there weren't.
That's right.
It's Detective Grady. Thank you. Detective Grady who believes that there are, as well as Detective Norris, but they're unwilling to go on the record and say so because
Exactly. Yeah. I stand corrected.
the cases have already been removed from their hands and been handed over to CID. And like you said, Tone, CID is unwilling to say that there's connection. In fact, they actually have a pair of suspects, the Mercer brothers. So far.
Right.
Now, I've sent you guys the last 5 minutes of episode 6 so that you guys could get fresh in your mind with what's going on. I actually listened to that like 3 or 4 times today, like just listen how you guys are going through your investigative procedures. But I want to know what you guys think so far. If you want to tell me, if not, I understand.
Fuck you, I ain't saying nothing.
I know you. I will hold this over your head. You will never see the light of day again. You're going in the hole.
Snitches get bitches or stitches.
I'll
Bitches
take
get
that.
stitches.
Okay, I want a full. Here's what's going on. No.
Well, when we last left off, we were doing all kinds of crazy stuff that...
Start the clock.
Clock's been started a long time ago. Okay, you guys are unwilling to. That's fine. Okay, so we're going to pick up right now. It is currently about 10:30 at night. You guys are at the Days Inn and Suites. Each in Odesso, you have just returned from your individual excursions. Each, you were given a side quest by Rice. You came back with it. You came back with an answering machine, and on that answering machine that you recovered from the Claiborne residence, there were 3 messages. 2 of them were in regards to the attendance of their children. Well, I should say their absence at school. And the 3rd message was from a woman known as Roberta Glazier from History's Emporium, requiring that you call back about a recent purchase. You also found a receipt on the refrigerator at the Claiborne house from History's Emporium for the amount of $250. What would you like to do, gentlemen?
Well, if I'm gonna jump in real quick, I think so. I doubt anything is open right now, right? Like History's Emporium, we can do a quick net search and see what the hours are. I doubt that they're open, but we definitely need to take a look at that picture and see if my side of Rice, can discern who those other people maybe are, if it's even important. We also have to figure out, I don't know, Adesso, did you get the number of that doctor? I think we need to call and find out if little Maxine has a doll with her.
You mean Dr. Windhelm?
Yeah.
No, I did get his card. Yes, so I do have his number.
Well, maybe we can call, because
He's not going to talk to us. I just left the hospital. He was quite short and abrupt. Claims that we'll be notified the minute she wakes up, blah, blah, blah. The problem is we're in that window where all the other previous girls have committed suicide. It was within 48 hours about since the incident, so she's already had 24 hours burn. So we're in a really scary place.
Well, that's why I'm suggesting maybe we do a call, something that's less imposing, just like, hey, you could mea culpa. It's like, sorry for my actions tonight. I did have one question though, if you could answer. Does she have her doll with her, or something like that?
If you call her, that would be better, because I think I've burned that bridge down. I threatened everybody with prosecution and destruction of their careers. So you're going to have to play the good cop on that one, Ichi.
Yeah, he doesn't even know who I am though. I don't think he'd answer any questions over the phone to me.
He might if you tell him that you're my partner and you're the good guy, you're the good agent, and that you'd gotten a dump down from me. Well, you've gotten a
oh my.
What I want to say is I've given you the information and you want to call back and, my partner's a little high strung. I want to apologize. I just have one question for you, because I did miss that. He did offer to ask me one question. I totally forgot about it. So, yes, I'll give you his number. I'll give you the card. Give him a call. Have we called Heisenberg yet? Rice, do you remember?
We did when Adolf was in the car with us.
Yeah. But we haven't called him to update him since. Is that right?
We have not. And
okay.
His name wasn't Adolf. It was
Father
Johann Richter.
Or Johann
Richter.
Yeah. All right. Well, our next steps are we're going to check out that History Emporium to investigate our receipt for the $250. We're going to determine whether or not we have that doll, or if she had the doll. So I guess I'll make the call after each is done talking to the doctor, assuming the dude even answers.
I want to find out the medical examiners have the dolls, because if the girls who had already committed suicide had the dolls with them, and then we find out that Maxine indeed does have the doll with her, that's another link that maybe these things are responsible for it, some kind of possession, or they turn into Chucky, or I don't know.
There's that. Or maybe they're a form of protection. Maybe it's the opposite that's true. Maybe it's because they didn't have the dolls.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But maybe that's something else we should look at. If she does have the doll, that's interesting information. If the other kids did not have the doll and they all died, okay, that's something interesting. If she doesn't have the doll, maybe we should get it. You know what? We can find out where the doll is by asking the police investigator. We can ask, what's his name?
Ling.
Yeah, we can call him. Let's call him and ask him if he's got it in evidence, because that will answer the question right away. If he does or doesn't, that we'll at least know. It may not. It doesn't necessarily mean Maxine has it, but on the other hand, we know they don't. So, all right, I will call. Right, why don't you do that? Why don't you give what's his name a call?
Hold on a second.
Lane.
Who's in the photo that I took from the fridge again?
Maxine Trosco.
Okay, so in the photo, it's Maxine. She has the doll in the picture, right?
Right.
That's where I saw like the one yellow fingernail.
Right.
So there's two other people in the photo that are blurred?
No, just her and the doll.
Okay, but who's blurred in the picture?
Her and the doll.
Oh. So if we know who it is, why are we trying to unblur it?
Rice, why did you want him to pick up the picture?
Because we wanted to see the color of the eyes of Maxine and the doll.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what was on this picture. Okay. Well, that will definitely help out. If we can find out the colors, then we can go, oh, there's another link tying them all together.
Right. Because right now, the only linkage we have between these families is, if I have this right, Serena Hooper and Martha Claiborne are cousins, and Harris Hooper and Amy Trosco are brother and sister. That's the only linkage we have between these three families right now.
Well, and they all have the dolls.
And the dolls, yes.
So, like I'm saying, there's got to be some kind of weird connection between these dolls. That's why this History Emporium place is calling us about, oh, we accidentally sold you the super cursed Brady Bunch dolls, not the regular cursed ones.
Agreed.
Okay. Well, if you're checking the photos with your tech magic, I can call the people we need to call if we need to. And then Adesso, what are you doing? Are you going to go grill Wilhelm von Richter, or what do we need? What's he doing?
No, I'm going to call the Inspector Lane and ask him if he's got the doll in evidence.
Okay. 1, 2 for each. 3, 4 for Adesso. 5, 6 for Rice. Rice, you're up.
Okay, and so this photograph that Ichi has procured, I'm going to take a look at it first and confirm that it's consistent with the picture that was snapped with the phone, that Maxine is blurred out, and but everything else behind it is clear, correct?
The whole picture seems a little blurry. It's not just Maxine. It's her, it's the doll, it's the background. It almost looks as though it might have been exposed too soon, possibly, or taken while in motion.
Okay, so I'm going to take, because the technology I have doesn't allow me to scan with any special equipment, I'm going to have to use just the high resolution camera on my phone.
Okay.
So I'm going to take a clearer, more high resolution picture with my phone and then just run it through my tools to see if it can, air quote, enhance, the photograph, so we can look at the eyes specifically.
Okay. Make a technology roll at plus 20% because you have the actual article on you.
Okay. So I've got to roll under 80. Whoops. Got to re-roll. I keep rolling it out.
Whoops, I failed that one. Got to re-roll it.
50. It's a 50 under 80.
Okay. So you're able to take a picture of this with your camera. Zoom in, magnify, rotate it, do all the stuff that you would nerdily do. You see that Maxine has 2 hazel eyes. The doll she's holding, clutching in her hands, has 1 blue eye and 1 brown eye and 1 yellow finger.
1 yellow finger. I'm going to just look at the other pictures that I have of the dolls. And now I'm going to compare the 3 dolls.
Okay. Well, let me tell you what you see in the pictures.
Okay.
The picture of the doll from the Claiborne family has the ratty hair, the ruby lips, odd off-white skin, fingers of different sizes, and 2 brown eyes. The picture of the doll that was with Haley Hooper shows a doll that has ratty hair, ruby lips, off-white skin, fingers that look to be of different sizes, 1 brown eye and 1 blue eye, and she looks to be clutching it tightly in her hands. Her fingernails are painted yellow.
The doll.
Haley.
The girl.
Haley's fingers are yellow.
Her
Painted
fingernails.
yellow. Okay.
The doll that Maxine had has ratty hair, ruby lips, off-white skin, 1 brown eye, 1 blue eye, and 1 yellow finger.
Okay, so our difference is 1 yellow finger versus many painted yellow fingernails.
Well, that's a girl has yellow fingernails. The doll has 1 finger that's yellow. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And if you have 1 doll with 2 brown eyes in the center, then you have another person on each side that has a brown and a blue. So like there's a link of brown eyes and then blue is at the end. Is that correct?
The picture that the doll that Maxine is holding has 1 brown eye and 1 blue eye.
Mm-hmm. And then Hooper one has 1 brown eye, 1 blue eye.
That's correct.
And then Claiborne one has 2 brown eyes.
That's correct.
So, and did we, the daughters themselves, you said one has 2 hazel eyes, one has green eyes, and one has brown eyes? Is that correct?
Blue eyes.
Blue eyes.
Yep.
So it kind of matches the dolls, right? Kind of. The color's somewhat similar. I don't understand the nail things at all, Rice. Do you understand that at all? One has a yellow finger on the doll, and the one girl has yellow fingernail polish. Do the other girls have any substantial fingernail polish on their fingers that we noticed from the pictures?
Not from the pictures, you can't see anything.
Okay.
Ichi,
Yeah.
you're up.
All right, and I'm going to be calling Dr. Wilhelm. Is that
Windhelm?
correct? Is that correct, Adesso? Wilhelm?
It's Windhelm.
Windhelm. Okay. So, yes, each will call Dr. Windhelm and see if I can persuade him to give us an information on Maxine. Not Maxine, but does he know if the doll was taken?
The phone rings and it answers at the reception desk. Iberia Medical Center main campus. How may I help you?
Hello, may I speak to a Dr. Windhelm, please?
He's up on the pediatrician floor. Do you have a child in his care?
My name is Agent Ichimoru Kimura. I'm with the FBI. And specifically, one of my fellow agents spoke with Dr. Windhelm tonight, and his conduct was somewhat unbecoming, and I wish to talk to the doctor and offer my apologies for him and maybe see if I can explain it to him a little bit better.
I'll patch you through.
Oh, look at that.
A few moments later, the phone picks up. Pediatrician department. This is Nurse Raider. How may I help you?
Nurse Raider, my name is Agent Ichimoru Kimura. I was told that my fellow agent, an Agent Adesso, stopped by this evening and his conduct was rather unbecoming.
Put that catheter back in! I'm sorry, Agent.
And I was told his conduct was very unbecoming, and I wish to speak to the doctor he spoke to. I think it is a Dr. Windhelm, and I would like to offer my apologies to him and maybe a brief explanation as to why Agent Adesso was under such duress.
Well, I'll have to accept your apology, Agent. Currently, Dr. Windhelm is seeing a patient right now.
Is there a way that maybe I could be on hold or wait for him?
It may be a while. Maybe a while.
She just killed herself.
I want to say there's no guarantee when he'll be out of the patient's room. Is there something I can help you with?
Yes, well, if you can, please offer my condolences. Again, I would appreciate the ability to do this myself, but if he's busy right now, offer my apologies for the conduct of my agent. It was rather unbecoming of someone professional, especially dealing with professional services such as yourself.
You're getting piss all over the floor.
The main concern that we had was for, of course, the safety of, what was it again, a Maxine Trasco. I'm new to this case, so I apologize for not being as familiar. The one question, if you could answer, is we know that this is traumatic for Maxine, Miss Trasco. Did she happen to have her doll with her tonight? I know that brought comfort to her as well as her friends that had the same doll, and I know that it seems to be currently missing, and I just wanted to make sure that it's with her and it wasn't something that was perchance lost when the detectives were investigating the place.
Would you care to make a persuasion check?
Yes, and it's over the phone, so that's a plus because my voice is mellifluous.
Well, I will say you get a plus 10% on that because you have been really olive oil
Yeah,
voice.
that's sesame oil for me.
Oh?
Half sesame oil. Okay, persuade, right?
Yes.
Okay, so under 63. 50, 00, 50.
Yes, Miss Trasco was admitted with her comforting doll. And I will pass it on to Dr. Windhelm that you wish to speak with him. Hopefully the doctor could get a good night's sleep this evening. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case, though. Thank you for your concern over Miss Trasco. Have a good night, Agent.
Thank you, Nurse Raider.
Phone goes dead. Adesso.
I'm going to call up Investigator Lane or Inspector Lane and ask him what now we already know through each. But let me just see what he knows. So I'll give him a call.
It rings twice and answers. Inspector Lang.
Inspector Lang. Agent Adesso here. I'm going through my report. I got a couple gaps in it. Just wanted to know if you could help me fill in some of these problems. Right now, do you happen to know if Maxine Trosco has with her doll, or if it's in evidence?
I would know that, Agent. I haven't been over to see her yet, although I have had a phone call this evening.
Okay.
They're telling me that you actually went to Iberia Medical Center and requested to speak with her. I thought
That's
we
correct.
had an understanding, Agent, that you weren't going to go do that until after we had spoke with her.
Well, here's the problem. In the investigation reports that I have, all of the daughters killed themselves within 24 to 48 hours after the incident. We're at that window. And I wanted to ensure that all the protections necessary. It turns out you were absolutely on the ball with that agent, I believe it was Garcia.
It's Lopez racist.
Lopez, sorry. Agent Lopez was
Gomez.
outside, or Officer Lopez was outside, sorry. And all is well, but we're reaching a critical point in this investigation. If something happens to that young lady within the next 24 hours, bad things are going to happen to all of us, and we'll compromise our investigation. So I was hoping that she may have been awake and
Here's
aware
my
and
concern,
available.
Agent, is that you're worried about compromising your investigation. But this is our investigation. I'm trying to understand how you're inserting yourself when you know that the Criminal Investigation Division has already taken this case over. And while I don't mind you being around, there are certain channels that you... Hold on a second, Agent Octavo. I'm talking here. I understand. When I'm done, there are certain channels that have to be gone through. But we have an understanding, Agent Adesso, and as soon as we are cleared by Dr. Windhelm to go and speak with young Maxine Trosco, we will bring you into the loop. Please don't go around me like that again.
Not a problem, and I do apologize. One quick point for your information. Are you aware that Dr. Wilhelm was also the previous investigating medical doctor on the previous two murders?
Yes, I was.
And do you find it suspicious that two of these ladies died in his care and now he's caring for a third, and has been actively foiling your efforts and my efforts to talk to this young lady? Medical stuff aside, I get all that, but don't you find it a bit suspicious?
Well, he has been vetted. We have gone through his background and made sure that he's still good to do what he's got to do, and he is currently under observation. Officer Lopez is currently watching him. He's not just there to stand outside that door and protect the little girl. He's also there to watch the doctor as well.
I figured you were on the ball. I appreciate that because, it's oftentimes the last place we look where we find what we're looking for.
I understand.
So this guy may have been on your suspect list, and I'm glad to hear that you've directed your officer to do that. That just was nagging in the back of my mind. I appreciate it. I won't be going around you again. I do apologize for that.
We're going to do everything we can to make sure little Maxine is safe. Please help us do our part by letting us do our part, Agent.
Oh, of course. Do you happen to know who I could contact that would have an inventory of some of the things taken either from Maxine or she has with her? Because that doll is of interest to me.
Well, anything she was wearing when we took her...
Oh, of course.
But
if she grabbed anything... Right. If she grabbed anything, the doll specifically for comfort, if there was anything else, you know who I could talk to that might know that?
I don't know. I haven't been made privy to her next of kin as of yet. I'm concerned that she may not have a next of kin.
Understood. Thank you, investigator. Appreciate your time.
My pleasure.
And I
look forward to seeing...
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize he was still talking. I didn't hang up. I wanted to hear what you had to say.
I look forward to meeting with you tomorrow, Agent.
I as well.
Line goes dead.
Got it. I'll brief everybody up on it. Talk to each, who will then tell me that, yeah, she's got the doll. Oh, all right.
Dessa, she got the doll, man.
She got the doll.
You got the dolly, man. No.
Yeah. So the other two girls also had their doll. So are we of the opinion that the doll may be a nexus point, and it would be best if she didn't have it?
Well, I don't know how we would take the doll away from her now. We don't seem to be able to get into that hospital too easy.
No, I'm not
With all
looking.
the bridges we've burned, it'd be hard to traverse that chasm.
Well, there are some minor difficulties, but what I'm more curious about is, if the doll is a nexus point, the other two gals had it. She's got it. If that's the point, or if that's the nexus point, we have a strong suspicion that it is, because it's not like one of them didn't have it. I mean, maybe we could put up something that would say that, or maybe we could put up something that would raise the specter of it being evidence, and therefore it has independent value because of something it may have, forensic evidence of some kind, DNA other than the girl who's handling it, in this case Maxine. Maybe we could bring that up if we knew more about the other two dolls. I mean, well, we know what they look like. Trying to concoct something in my mind so that we could get the doll from her under the pretext that it's evidence, it's going to link to something else, at least for a little while, to see if it pushes her safety outside the 24-hour window that we're currently operating under.
I doubt with the impressions we've made with Nurse Rader, Dr. Windhelm, and Inspector Lang, they'll just call him and we'll get an earful, or they'll deny us, or Officer, what was it again? Garcia? Lopez? Gomez?
Lopez, yeah.
Yeah, Officer Gomez will not let us through. Now, we could get in there if we really want to.
We could, I'm just not sure that would be helpful. That would be the end of the
investigation. And all we would have is either a dolly or a dead girl or both.
Well, it's obvious that exhaustion is starting to set in with you, Abe.
No, it's not!
Just need more coffee.
As the evening burns on, what do you want to do? You going to stay awake all night? You going to crash out? What are we doing?
I'm going to call Heisenberg and give him an update on our info. See if he's got anything he could add. Let's all do a conference call.
I also... go ahead, we'll do this and then I'll jump in after.
Adesso and Ichi, before we have this call with Heisenberg, I have a couple questions and a couple observations. This is out of game real quick. Handler, are the fingernails of Haley, are they painted or are they...
The fingernails are painted yellow.
They're actually painted. Somebody painted them yellow.
Well,
or
like you would
are
paint your
they...
fingernails yellow, you know?
Well, I know, but you can have yellow fingernails without...
She's a smoker.
No.
Or jaundice.
Not a smoker, but, something else.
Yeah, like something's unhealthy with her.
Yeah.
Right. And is it tied to the doll? In
Do the
some
other
way.
girls have it?
So Haley is the only one that has painted fingernails. Okay. The other girls, Lucy and Maxine, their fingernails are not painted. However, Maxine's doll has one yellow colored nail. And one colored fingernail. And what I was trying to ascertain is, are they painted or is it something physiological that is occurring where their fingernails are becoming yellow? Perhaps that makes a linkage that the doll, tie it back to the what is it, the
Historium
mysterious
Emporium?
that exactly that there's that these dolls are actually a vessel for something more sinister.
Absolutely.
So my thought was, if the nails weren't painted, could we treat it as if the doll may have some not infectious disease, but has something that's like a hazmat condition that we need to get the doll out of her proximity and everybody's proximity for that matter?
I just put something in chat. I keep thinking of these dolls whenever we talk about them. Labubu's. It just keeps going through my mind. You see those, right?
Yeah, I just saw it.
Yeah. Every time you talk about these dolls and they're ugly and they look weird, it's like I'm thinking Labubu, man.
I just think of like a Rasta Raggedy Ann.
That's a good
You know,
one too.
like just all like put together with torn shreds of crap.
Yeah.
So, Adesso, I guess you're going to call Heisenberg. I would like to take a little more time to take, all these pictures that I have and just create kind of a written description summary of them and spend a little time maybe describing these dolls in words, description, and just kind of run it through some nefarious databases of occult type activity that I have access to that may contain occult or horror type information, some message forums where people frequent, and see if maybe I get a hit and see if these show up anywhere in some way.
Okay.
I can do this all anonymously, of course, but maybe it links back to History's Emporium in some way. Because at this point, I don't have any other idea of what, like our best bet is to go to the Emporium, I think at this point. But the more information maybe that we can gather ahead of that will help in the rest of our investigation.
That sounds reasonable to me. I like the idea, specifically since I believe each had mentioned in passing that there may be some kind of, like, the dolls were, looking at them, each had mentioned, you talked about a demented Rastafarian doll kind of thing, or maybe it's, a demonically possessed Raggedy Ann.
It's the common thing between all these girls, aside from them knowing each other, they all have the same kind of doll. They all got it at the same kind of store, it seems, History's Emporium. And they're calling, well, they're not calling us, but they were calling the Trascos for some reason. Obviously, something got confused or messed up, and maybe they have some more information that we need.
All right, so that dims my perception that there are dolls of protection. I think they may be the linchpin of what the control is. We've seen this before, so sounds like they may be the problem.
So
anyway, let's all get on a conference call with Heisenberg.
Adesso, on your call with Inspector Ling, was he having some kind of other conversation?
He was yelling at something. It would sound like he was talking to somebody else who wanted a piece of his time.
Who was that?
He didn't say. He was talking to somebody who wanted his attention to approve something or wanted to give him more information.
Okay, that leads me to believe I might make another call as well after Heisenberg.
Right. Okay, let's give him a buzz.
Phone rings. Picks up on one ring. Heisenberg.
It's Adesso, Kimura, and Rice. Wanted to give you a update on what's been going on. What we discovered so far in our current operating theory is all three of the girls had this doll. And other than their familiar and blood relation, this doll seems to be a connector. We've confirmed that little Maxine has the doll in her possession in the hospital. It's not in police custody, and a nurse on site confirmed that she does have it, which coincides with the other two victims also having the doll in their possession. We're thinking that maybe the doll is some kind of focal point. We've traced the doll's origin to a place called History Emporium, where we have a receipt for a purchase of an object for $250. We're going to check them out tomorrow when they open up. We were wondering if there's any light you could shed on this through any of your databases or contact where it's a similar type of doll. We'll send you a picture. I'll send it to you now with my phone so you can take a look at what we're looking at. As you can tell, they're not the most attractive dolls.
Yeah. So you think that these dolls are the connecting tissue between these three families?
At this point, yes. Other than their blood relation, yes. We're just trying to figure out. We've seen. Yeah, they're all related to each other.
This is the first I'm hearing about it.
Ichi, you want to fill them in?
Well, I think Rice, with his great chart, could easily fill him in better than I could with my jumbled notes, sir.
There we go.
Rice.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Rice.
All right. Have Rice forward that to me. Right now I'm at a dinner. I gotta go. Out.
Well then.
Next call.
All right. Well, I'm going to buzz up our old friend, or maybe not so old friend, but Inspector Octavo, to give her a call.
Rings 2 times. Inspector Octavo.
Inspector Octavo, this is Agent Kimura. How are you this evening?
Well, I'm just checking into my hotel room right now, Agent. Is there something I could help you with?
Really? Well, I don't mean to sound too presumptuous on this, but when we talked earlier tonight, you sound like you had some concerns as well with the case that it appears we all are investigating right now. And one of the things that has been brought up that has us at a great concern is that of all the families, the Claibornes, the Trasco, and the Hooper, all the girls, the youngest girls, were alive at one point, and then they were not. They committed suicide. And that happened within 24 to 48 hours of being brought in. Well, Maxine now is, I think, past the 24-hour mark, and we have some concerns. We wanted to go see her. I'm sure Inspector Ling has brought you up on this. And the hospital declined, and Inspector Ling declined as well, but we are very...
Lang, Agent.
Yes, sorry, Inspector Lang. Sorry, I have an accent. Inspector Lang also denied us, so we have not been able to corroborate to see if Maxine is doing well, and we're very worried that the next time we hear about her well-being is that they're going to be telling us she has followed suit as the other two girls in this case. So is there any way that you can help us, or even if you can go and establish her well-being for us? I know it's late. I know you just got back, but we're unable to do it.
I will go ahead and head over there and see if I could talk to Dr. Winhelm, or see if I could actually see Maxine Trosco, if that will help you.
Yes, that would. And this sounds a bit odd, but she might also have a doll with her that she brought with her.
It doesn't sound odd at all. I mean, the child just lost her entire family. I would imagine that she might need some comfort.
Do you happen to know also if the other two girls had their dolls with her? I realize this sounds a little bit out of the ordinary for these questions, but trust me, if you can help me with that, I can tell you the reason why I'm asking.
I wouldn't know offhand. I would have to talk to the doctor that's overseeing children, or perhaps get with the medical examiner.
Yes, we have to do that as well.
Look, Agent, I understand your concern with this, and I'll do everything I can, but you got to understand that you and your fellow agents have to be careful not to cross Inspector Lang. I mean, if you're going to conduct an investigation on your end, and I shouldn't be saying this, but just make sure that you don't intersect with him. He's very territorial, and he'll destroy your career, and he'll make it very difficult for you. So just I'll head on over there and remind the handler to have me give you a call in case he forgets. In case I forget.
I appreciate your candor, and I also appreciate the help you're providing us. We will also let you know of any information that we find. Other than that, we plan to check up a few things tomorrow, and if you can call as soon as you find out, that would bring great peace to us.
Very good. Good night, Agent. She hangs up the phone. Okay, getting on about 11:15 now.
Gentlemen, I don't know about you, but we need a little bit of rest. We've been kind of going all day, and I think fresh rest would help us at this point.
So we'll see you guys crash down. Set an alarm for 6 o'clock, 6:30, whatever. You guys get up fresh in the morning. New day in front of you. Of all the things on your docket, what's the first thing you want to do?
Well, we do have two things to check out. We need to find out about the medical examiners, if they have the dolls there, or if the dolls were with the kid when it happened. Well, then we also need to check out the History Emporium and see what they called us about.
What day of the week is it, Handler?
Monday morning.
Monday morning. Well, either our theory about Maxine has come to pass and she is no longer with us, or we're getting closer to the issue with respect to her time. Each, you want to call the hospital, see if we got any progress report on her? Because we all went to bed about midnight. It's 6.5, 7 hours later.
I can do better. I'll call Inspector Octavo.
I like it.
See if she had anything to say.
Even better.
The phone rings and picks up on the second ring. Agent Octavo.
Agent Octavo, this is Agent Kimura.
Agent Kimura, I was just about to give you a call. I did go over to the medical center last night, and I spoke with Dr. Wilhelm, and I actually got to see young Maxine through a window. But she looks like she's okay. She's doing well. She was resting. I spoke with Dr. Wilhelm afterwards, and he said that it looked like she might be making progress. Now my concern, obviously, is whether or not he's going to tell Inspector Lang that I was there. Because even though he did report to me how she was doing, he was very irritated that he had been subjected to so many people inquiring about this girl when he was trying to make progress with her. So,
Well, hopefully your relationship with Inspector Ling is good enough where he won't be upset that his fellow agent on the case went and looked at the last remaining person alive to check up on their well-being.
I understand, Agent. Just keep a low profile, okay? And I'll try to get with you later today when we have more news about about what's going on over at the hospital, okay?
I appreciate it. Ichi out.
So where are you guys going to go from here?
I think
Well,
we
that's
should-
a surprise that she's still alive.
Well, it's not necessarily the full 48 hours, right?
No, it's not.
When did the event happen, Ryder?
Probably about 30-something hours ago.
So we still got another quarter of time left that it will happen. This is a Ryder, your trusted handler campaign. This kid will die. You just need to be used to that. Well, I think we should go to the medical examiners if that's the only place left for us to go. Is that the only thing? I'm looking at my notes. And then we go to the History's Emporium and meet up with Miss Roberta Glazier.
Yeah.
Hey, Ichi and Adesso, which home did we find this receipt in again?
Claiborne home.
Okay. So we're going to head over to History's Emporium?
Yeah. What time do they open?
What are you doing? What are we doing?
We are going to look up the equivalent of Yelp to see what time the hours open for this Emporium. So they're either open at 8 or 9, so we're just going to check.
Punch it up. Looks like it opens up at 9 o'clock in the morning. Currently,
Excellent.
right now, it's almost 7.
Yeah, we're really early.
Medical examiner.
You know what? What do you guys think about maybe us getting there a little early and taking a look around before the store opens just to see if everything's on the up and up?
Medical examiner, too. Got 2 hours to kill.
Okay.
I mean, don't we need information there?
Yeah. The ME is a government agency. They probably don't open until 9, but we always can check. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they're open a little early.
History's Emporium, gentlemen.
History.
I know it's early. History's Emporium, I know it's early, gentlemen, but there's something unique about this place and these dolls.
Yeah. Rice and I are in agreement. We think we should take a look before they open to determine whether or not anything's on the... Well, so we can determine if everything's on the up and up before we do the official interview.
Like break in?
Well, I wouldn't call it breaking in. I would just call it opening early for a select group of customers.
Okay.
Like the night before Comic-Con, where they let the inquiring parties in to check out before the masses come.
Right, exactly.
All right.
And we do have the auspices of our wonderful identifications. But yeah, let's. I would suggest we do that.
Okay. You guys pile into your Charger, punch in the address for History's Emporium. You see it's at 2315 Old Generate Road. It's about 2 miles away from your current location. Takes you about 5 minutes to get there. You pull into the parking lot that's completely devoid of any cars. Looking at this lone building on this lot, you could see it is probably at one point a Dollar General store. And they have continued to employ the same security as the store before them. You see steel shutters have covered all the windows and steel bars cover the glass doors. And I will see you next episode. Hello?
Inspector Ring.
I ring.
Joey, how did you get here?
Joey, peanut butter and Joey. I love that Sammy Goodwin.
That's
on that
my
one.
line.
I love it. I got to give props. Thank you for joining us once again on Roll the Hard 20 podcast. Remember, you can find us and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora Radio, iHeart Radio, Amazon Podcasts, and Audible. And if you like what you're listening to, be sure to leave us that 5-star rating and review. Don't forget about our YouTube channel at Roll the Hard 20. So if you're into watching and you want to help support this show, then head on over and hit that subscribe button. It really does help the show out. We can also be found in the wild on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so don't forget to look for us there and check us out. You can also contact the show directly at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com or head on over to the website at rollthehard20podcast.com, where you can download the current show directly, pick and choose past shows from our archives, or view our galleries. We've got a lot of stuff posted over there, so check us out. And finally, join us on our Patreon at patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast, where you can become a hard slinger and pick up swag. So until next time, keep your dice warm and your glass topped off as you roll those hard 20s.